Welcome to WNL Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Coming up, I'll speak with women's cross-country runner Katie Harris, men's soccer player Harris Salem, and women's swimmer Ashley Johnston. But we begin with a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and athletics. Women's cross-country won the NCAA South-Southeast Regional for the first time in program history, earning an automatic bid to this Saturday's Division III championship race. Men's cross-country came in third at the regional meet. Men's soccer won its first and second round matchups in the NCAA tournament, downing North Carolina Wesleyan 1-0 and coming from behind to record a 3-2 win over Gettysburg, advancing to the round of 16 for the second time in 3 years. Football capped off the year with a 34-31 road win over Shenandoah. In early season basketball tournaments, the men's team fell 79-76 to Eastern before rebounding to defeat the Merchant Marine Academy 65-53. Women's hoops dropped a pair of games, losing 76-73 to Christopher Newport and 72-50 against Gettysburg. Wrestling went 2-2 in the Southeast duels, beating Otterbein and Greensboro while falling to Milliken and the Apprentice School. And both swimming teams lost dual meets against Carnegie Mellon. Joining me in the studio is Katie Harris, junior cross-country runner from Ashburn, Virginia. Katie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
As we mentioned, WNL won the program's first ever South-Southeast Regional this past weekend. Describe the team's reaction at the end of the race down in Memphis.
Yeah, so immediately after finishing, before we even knew the official results, we were all really excited. I think we could tell we'd all run like really strong races, and we knew that if we did that, we'd have like a positive team result. So there was, lots of hugging, some happy tears, and even the best part was when like the rest of our team who'd driven down the 11 hours to see us race was at the finish line as well, so we were all just celebrating together.
What enabled the Generals to put together such a great performance at the regional meet?
Yeah, so I think physically we were ready to run fast. All our training's been geared towards running well at ODACs and regionals all year. But I think just as importantly, mentally we were relaxed, and we weren't not overconfident, but we knew that all we had to do was what we'd done all season. We didn't have to do anything crazy that we'd never done before. So I think we just went in with a relaxed approach that allowed us to run our best.
Success is not new to WNL cross country. The ODAC title that the team won this year was the 5th straight for Washington and Lee, but this season you've achieved your highest ever national ranking, and of course the regional win marks some new territory. What's it like to be a part of a team that is making so much history?
Yeah, it's been really rewarding to be on the team for the past 3 seasons and see improvement as a group and individually for all the members. The team's been talking for, since before I was a freshman about we have what it takes to be a national caliber team that can qualify for this meet. So to see it finally come together this season is just really exciting. And also we've had a ton of alumni support coming out to the meets and back over Young Alumni Weekend, and just how excited they are for our success since they contributed to it too has been special.
The Generals head to Louisville this weekend for the national championship meet. What are your expectations for this weekend?
Yeah, so our plan will just be to go into it with the same approach we had before regionals and our other meets this year, but obviously we expect it to get out fast. It's going to be the most competitive field we've ever seen, but I think we believe we can, surprise some teams and hopefully beat some teams we've never beat before. So.
Katie, thank you for joining us. Best of luck at Nationals.
Thanks.
With me now is Harris Salem, junior soccer player from Blacksburg, Virginia. Harris, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
On the opening weekend of the NCAA tournament, WNL scored late to beat North Carolina Wesleyan. You then came from 2 goals down to knock off Gettysburg. What allowed the Generals to pull out those results in 2 very tight games?
Us being able to come back against Gettysburg and scoring a late one against NC Wesleyan all comes from us just doing what we've been doing the whole season and staying true to our game plan and having confidence in our team's ability and the players that we have. And I think that we have a lot of depth on this team with a lot of freshmen coming in. And so if you watch our games, the level doesn't really go down when we make our substitutions, which wears teams down by the end of the game.
You scored the lone goal in the ODAC championship win over Lynchburg. You had the equalizer against Gettysburg and were directly involved in the build-up to the game-winning goal. What's it been like for you to be involved in so many big moments for WNL in the postseason?
It's great because the stakes are a lot higher in postseason, and being able to contribute for my team to keep playing soccer, it's a great feeling, and hopefully we can keep it going. If it's not me, it'll be somebody else.
Coach Singleton made a few lineup adjustments toward the end of October. You've moved from the wing to starting the game up top. How have those changes benefited the team?
Yeah, so our coach always talks about we want to play our best soccer by late October when postseason starts, and he made a couple adjustments right before postseason, and we've been playing our best soccer of the season because of that. And I think we'll be able to keep it up, and practices have been going really well. So this weekend I think we'll have a good show.
You're heading up to Swarthmore for sectional play. You face defending national champion Tufts in the round of 16 on Saturday. How is the team approaching that matchup?
We're approaching it like every other matchup. We have a good scout on every team we play, thanks to our coaching staff, and we'll just keep doing what we do. And I think we're pretty confident in our team's ability, and I think that it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Hopefully we'll get to play again on Sunday.
Harris, thanks for joining us. Good luck to the team this weekend.
Thank you.
I'm now joined by Ashley Johnston, senior swimmer from Gainesville, Georgia. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
This past Saturday, WNL suffered a tough road loss to another highly ranked team in Carnegie Mellon. What kind of lessons can you pull from that as you look to bounce back?
Yeah, so we really came prepared to have some challenging swims and some good competition. I think we really got up and raced well, but we could have been a little more prepared in our time spent not behind the blocks. So our warm-up and being present and encouraging our teammates at the race, I think that looking forward to future meets, and especially this weekend, we can really make sure that we are mentally and physically getting ready for our races the right way and being present and excited to take on the opportunities that we have to really race well.
This weekend's Invitational at Franklin and Marshall is your final regular season event of the calendar year. With that in mind, how important is a good showing up in Pennsylvania?
It's really important. It is our biggest meet and our first opportunity to really practice our ODAC lineup. So it will be 3 days of racing twice a day. Prelims and finals, we'll have an opportunity to put on some fast suits and get up and race. So it's important that we have a focus on the opportunities that we have to swim fast, make sure that in prelims we're ready and finals are ready, and that we maintain energy throughout the meet, because it can be really exhausting to have that intensity for such a long time. But it's a great opportunity for us to really practice what we're going to do at ODACs and make sure that we change things by the time ODACs come around if we realize something's not working. So it's a really great opportunity for us to practice what we're going to do later in February.
Give us a quick rundown of the team's training schedule in December.
Yeah, so because of Thanksgiving and exams, it's a little challenging. Once we get back from Thanksgiving, we have a really intense week of going hard in the water while we're here, and then after exams, we take a trip down to Miami, and we have a full week of doubles. We'll be swimming close to 6 miles a day, spending a lot of time in the water and focusing on getting that long yardage in, those hard sets, so that we have the momentum to propel forward into the new year and have the effects that we want when we taper down to prepare for ODACs.
What are the general's goals for the 2020 portion of the schedule?
Yeah, I think we really need to have focus on where we're at in our training. When we come back in January, we're sometimes super eager to be ready to taper and get ready for ODACs, but we have some great quality weeks of training right when we get back, and I think it's important for us to be focused where we're at and present in our specific training sets, and then as soon as we taper down for ODACs, making sure that those quality things are really nailed down, that we're doing our turns, we're doing all the little things correctly, so that we can really have our A game ready for ODACs in February and hopefully nationals in March.
Ashley, thank you for joining us. Good luck throughout the year.
Thank you so much.
Here's a look at the upcoming weekend. The swimming teams travel to Lancaster, Pennsylvania for the Franklin and Marshall Invitational. On Friday evening, men's basketball takes on Whittier at the Duchess Watt Tennis Center. Women's cross country heads to Louisville for the Division III championship on Saturday. Men's soccer faces defending national champion Tufts in the sectional semifinals in Swarthmore, Pennsylvania, and wrestling will compete in the Penn College duels. For WNL Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.